What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO, MTS Nutrition, Chief Marketing Officer, TigerFitness.com, creator of the Outright Bar, as well as partner in 015 Nutrition and the Ambrosia Collective. Look, I've been doing a lot of research on fasting. In fact, the best fasting guide ever created is obviously performance fasting. PerformanceFastingDiet.com, a book written by Matt Morano and myself, which takes all the benefits of fasting and mitigates the negatives of it where you can't perform at all, utilizing supplementation and different things. But this isn't just a video about the book. In fact, this is going beyond the book, saying, I don't think you need fasting, get a lot of benefits of fasting. Now, when I attended the ISSN conference 3 weeks ago, there was actually a very smart individual, I forgot his name, who's actually one of the foremost researchers on fasting in the world. So they did a double-blind, really, really good study on fasting versus just a normal eating schedule. And they really found for fat loss, fasting, when calories are the same, does nothing. What I think that fasting does is it gives you less of a chance to overeat. If you're only eating for 6 or 8 hours or even 4 hours or one meal a day, you can't fuck up your diet as much as you would if you ate for 12 hours a day or 16 hours a day. So I'm wondering, look, man, I've done fasting and I felt absolutely fantastic. Like I had energy, I had no mood swings. And I'm like, you know what? I can't fast all the time because of my metabolism. If I fasted, if I did my program, which I do fast 1 to 2 times a week normally, 1 to 2 days a week, I will do performance fasting. But if I fasted like that every day, I'd lose too much weight. I'd be down to nothing. My metabolism is insane. But I was on this mission to find, can we replicate the results of fasting without actually fasting? Can we get the improved mental acuity? What is causing these issues? What is causing people to have inflammatory gut issues? What is causing it? And I just said it. It's inflammation. What is causing and driving this inflammation? So I dove into it and I looked at research and data, and I did another video on berberine found in Nutrient Driver and metformin on how they're beneficial for health. And I found it. I believe I found why fasting works. And I believe I found a way for you to get a lot of the health benefits of fasting without actually fasting. It is not a sales pitch, but I will recommend an ingredient that I do make in full disclosure. I will also mention an ingredient that is a prescribed ingredient that I've gone over before, but also go over some lifestyle changes. And I'll give you 3 options as to what you can do to replicate the benefits of fasting without fasting. So I looked up some data and I'm going to give you some quick excerpts from it. That's why my computer open so I can read it and not misquote. Whoever you are, whatever you do, there's an Outright bar that's perfect for you. And for these bars, these are really special because they're truly unique and different. And I wanted my lovely wife, Katie, to talk about this. What is this amazing bar?
So this is the sunflower seed butter bar. And actually this was my idea because we have 3 kids that go to school, and it's very common for kids that are in elementary school, middle school age to have peanut allergies. And the teachers will post a sign outside the door that says no nuts, no tree nuts, no peanuts, no tree nuts, sometimes no dairy allowed in a classroom. So with that in mind, we came out with sunflower seed butter Outright bars. This is a vegan bar because it is using a vegan protein as opposed to the whey protein that is used in the traditional Outright bar. It has the sunflower seed butter base, so that means there's no peanuts and there's no tree nuts. Now this product is still manufactured in a facility that has that, so if you have a very severe peanut or tree nut allergy, it is in the same facility, but it is, meant for kids with allergies and to be brought to school where there's other kids around that could potentially have allergies.
We've thought of everything. You know who else we thought about? We thought about people who want a delicious breakfast, tasting like their favorite mochaccino they can buy from their favorite coffee shop with delicious white chocolate chips. And we also thought about people who want to maximize their gains. Now, when you take in this product called Velocitol, this ingredient, it doubles the power of your protein.
Right.
So by putting the most delicious mochaccino white chocolate flavor outright bar, we have the outright breakfast bar. Look at that.
I haven't had this one in a really long time, and it's actually one of
busting that
my
open.
favorites. So if you have never had sunflower seed butter, it has a different taste, and I haven't had this in a very long time. I actually really liked it when we first came out with it. I just never remembered. So it's got really big, again, those are chocolate chips that do not have dairy in them, because this is a vegan bar, and it's also gluten-free.
Grab that one.
That's really good.
The outright bar. We've thought of everything. All you need to do is think about going to your favorite retailer. If they don't have it, tell them to get it. If they do have it, buy at least 1 to 30 boxes of these things. There you go. So the evidence suggests that eating too much added sugar and too many refined carbohydrate causes inflammation in your body. Over time, the inflammation caused by poor dietary habits may lead to several health problems, such as heart disease, diabetes, liver disease, and cancer. Inflammation is the driver of disease, period. From immunity to quality of life, inflammation is everything. So what fasting does is it eliminates the blood sugar response and insulin spikes. Hence, its positive effects on certain parameters. When they did the study, the lean gain study, they found that certain parameters of health were improved. While testosterone and IGF, I believe it was IGF, it was testosterone and thyroid were slightly decreased. So slightly lowered. But there were health markers that were significantly elevated. So I look at that and I'm like, well, what's causing that? And it's the blood sugar and insulin spikes, I believe, my hypothesis, which leads to inflammation. So what do? So we have data on metformin, which is a diabetes drug. Basically, before you get to the point where you need to inject insulin, you take metformin. I knew about metformin. It's called glucophage. My dad used it before he got really sick with diabetes, okay? So recent preclinical and clinical studies have suggested that metformin not only improves chronic inflammation through the improvement of metabolic parameters such as hyperglycemia, insulin resistance, and atherogenic dyslipidemia, but also has a direct anti-inflammatory action. Now, its direct anti-inflammatory action, I hypothesize, could be just a correlation to its direct effect on blood sugar on insulin, causing a direct non-inflammatory response. And I actually have a study I will link down below where I got this quote. So metformin's prescribed. You don't want to go to the doctor, whatever. Berberine. Berberine has the same effect, very similar effect, although different pathways. Inflammation is a key factor in several health conditions, including heart disease and diabetes. Some research suggests that berberine has anti-inflammatory properties, which means that it could help treat diabetes and other inflammation-related conditions. Direct quote from a research paper. Nutrient Driver, when I created this, I had you don't see inflammation anywhere on this label. Because I didn't know. I created this to drive carbs into cells and to decrease the blood sugar and insulin response for overall health. I didn't know at the time that this product that not only contains berberine, contains Chromax with a ton of data on blood sugar control, Banaba, R-alpha-lipoic acid, and Genema extract, which are all very potent, very potent. Everybody should take Nutrient Driver. Just everybody should take it. But back to the stuff. So now I'm going to get to my strategic recommendations on how to replicate the results of fasting without fasting. One is stay hydrated. So fast. We have our book, performancefastingdiet.com. Performancefastingdiet.com. It costs money. It's $10. Took us a lot of time to write. We'd like to make money on it. Just being real, like that shit was hard to write. It took a lot of time, and we like to get paid for our time. So fast a majority of the day. Either do our program. The longer you fast, the better. I recommend going from when you go to bed to 6 p.m. or 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. as long as possible in my book. 20 to 4, even 16 to 8. That's one way to decrease inflammation because there's a period of time, a longer period of time throughout the day where you're not eating and you're not spiking your blood sugar and insulin. Another way is the ketogenic diet. That doesn't mean eating only 300 grams of carbs. That doesn't mean high protein. I'm talking a real ketogenic diet where it's 80% fat, 20% protein. Problem is, I don't like it. I can't perform on it, and that's a lot of fat. You're literally eating pork rinds and bacon all day. Not a fan. Supplement. You know, my strategy, I am prescribed metformin, and I do take Nutrient Driver. I take both. I take a Nutrient Driver with every meal, except for the 2 meals I take metformin. So every time I eat, I take one of these, whether it's a protein-only meal, whether it's a protein and fat meal, whether it's a high-carb meal, I take one. I just keep it in my system, take it with every meal. I know it's inundating. Then you just follow the ingredients, take 2 pills twice a day. That gives you the full 1.5 gram dose of berberine in there. Take 2 pills twice a day with the 2 highest carb meals. That's one way to do it. What I like to do is I have 6 meals a day on average. I usually take metformin, my higher carb meal in the morning and in the evening, or pre and post workout. And then I'll take Nutrient Driver with every other meal. So that is what I recommend if you're supplementing. Is still control your diet, still choose whole food carbs, still eat a mixed diet of protein, carbs, and fat, but just take Nutrient Driver with it. I mean, it sounds like or take berberine, but I like the added shit in here. I put extra, again, I made this to be awesome, to help drive fucking carbs into cells and make you healthier by controlling your blood sugar and insulin. I think this is the greatest formula ever created. I think this is my best supplement, period. And I have over 200 supplements on the market right now through the various brands I own. This is my fucking favorite. Just because this new day, it wasn't my favorite, but now it is. But don't buy this. At least get berberine. You can buy it cheap. You can buy it wherever. You can buy other berberine containing stuff. Just fucking take berberine. I don't want you to die. Okay? Take at least, this is superior, but something's better enough if you're broke as fuck and you can't afford this, even though it's pretty inexpensive, get some berberine. Take 1.5 to 2 grams a day in split doses. Split doses meaning at least 2 doses spread throughout the day. So what I do is I fast 1 to 2 times a week. For me, fasting, I usually make it till 2 p.m. My body fat, as you can tell, is extremely low. So I can't fast as long as most people who are fatter. It just is what it is. I run out of substrate, but I try to fast a majority of the day, 1 to 2 times a week. I take metformin and Nutrient Driver. Another way, this is what everybody needs to do. You need to exercise. Exercise increases your insulin sensitivity and your GLUT4 receptors. GLUT4 drives the nutrients into the cell, into the muscle cell. It's a good thing to have. Exercise upregulates that. And exercise also prevents insulin resistance, which is bad, increases insulin sensitivity, which is good. And number one thing you can do, don't be fat. Fat causes insulin resistance and also syndrome X. That is terrible. Fat also increases inflammation, which is terrible. Don't be fat. Lose weight. Stay within a healthy weight range. Keep your body fat for males below 20%, 15 preferable. For females, around the same thing, 25, 20% around there. Look, man, I'm all about inflammation. I don't know how long this cancer was on my head. Could have been there since I was 10 years old. Could have been there in the last year. Don't know. They don't know. The fact that it didn't proliferate and get worse is probably because I follow a lot of what I do. I use the sauna. I use all these different things. I control my insulin. I take all these supplements, and it definitely helped me. But now I'm going to take it to the next level. Now, you know what? I'm going to work with a skincare company and come out with maybe something people can put on their face every day to prevent these things. I'm going to work to be better and to provide things. And the one thing is, so I posted, I posted 2 days ago after I got this removed, I did a call to action. Everybody needs to get their skin checked. I got hundreds, if not thousands of messages of people who are going and getting their skin screened for the first time. So at least there's some good to come out of me me getting a Frankenstein scar on my head. Anyway, guys, that's all I got. I'll link down below where to get Nutrient Driver. Again, if you don't get Nutrient Driver, follow one of the other things, at least exercise or get some cheap berberine, whatever you could do, just get it, do something, be better today, be better. I want you to live. I want you to thrive. I want you to have energy like I do. I have so much fucking energy. It's insane. Positive mindset, positive diet. Dude, you guys can do this. I got you. Any questions, you can follow me on Instagram at Marc Lobliner. Please follow me on there. I answer all my DMs. I respond especially to naked penis pics. Just kidding. But yeah, please follow me. Ask anything you need. I'm here to help you. And again, keep an eye open. We got the Gains Cast live now on this channel, and we'll be having some awesome guests. Appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. Click on that notification bell, like this video, and that's not a game. We always stock the office with flexpromeals.com. Coupon code Lobliner saves you some money. But Matt, what is your favorite Flex Pro meal?
Right now, my go-to is the Smokin' Gun barbecue sandwich.
So you can have a sandwich mailed to you right to your house?
You can, and I don't know what kind of alchemy or magic they use, but somehow they get it where if you heat it up for a perfect 2 minutes and 15 seconds, the sandwich is nice and warm, but the coleslaw is still nice and cool.
Wow. Well, let's heat it up and see how it looks when it's all heated up. Do you smell what Matt Morano is cooking? God, this smells good.
It does smell good, and it tastes even better. First, let's go with the coleslaw.
Coleslaw. What other meal prep could do coleslaw?
And it's still cool. I don't get it.
I don't know how to
understand it. So, it's a sandwich, but you can't pick it up because, it's barbecue. It's messy. So you got to go in.
The twist method?
Twist. You get the bread. There's even a little bit of cheese on there.
A little bit of cheese.
That's so good.
So the thing about Flex Pro Meals, they make macro to fit every goal. This actually fits my macros, fits Matt's macros. But if you are stringent, they have your normal sweet potatoes, your normal chicken. But honestly, your macros are similar for things like this. So live a little bit. So if you're looking for a great meal prep company, flexpromeals.com, coupon code Lobliner. That's not a game.